Hello friends and welcome to my channel IB All Designing Developer. So today we are back with another tutorial series which we have started previously on of C++, and in this tutorial video we will be just covering up an amazing tutorial of C++. Like in this video I'll be telling you that what are data types in C++, how you can use different data types, and what are the things which are really important when you are using data types in C++. So this video will be really different and I hope you'll be enjoying this video in which we will be learning about data types in C++. So if you enjoy this video and if you understand this amazing, you can say a tutorial which I am giving you of data types, remember to hit a like to this video, and if you're new on this channel want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel, because we have started a new tutorial series of C++ and I'll be uploading many videos more in future. So that is why I'm saying you to take the notification on so that you can get the notifications of all the videos which I'll be uploading on this series, or you can say in this playlist which we have created. So now what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's get started with this amazing data types video in C++. So now here we are on the computer screen, and like I've told you in the start that today in this video I'll be telling you that what are data types in C++ and how you can start with it. So if I just show you, we are getting a heading of C++ data types. Then if I show you that what is the paragraph written here, so it says that as explained in the variables chapter, a variable in C++ must be specified data type. Means that it is saying us that, like I've explained you in variable chapter, that a variable must be specified with a data type. So it's the obvious thing that this data type should be defined with a variable so that you can work with data types with a specified data type here. So if I just give you an example, so this is a variable which we have created here. So this is an integer whole number variable, then this is a floating point, you can say, a variable which we have created, and the third variable we have created is a floating point number, which is a double, you can say, variable, and this double variable is only used when you have to write any decimal value like we have used here, and this float as well like we have used here. Then if we talk about integer, it is not used to add these point values because this only contain the one value or two values of integer, but with not any decimal value. Then if we talk about this char my letter, it's defined the character, and we have written the character in a string as d. Then if I talk about this bool my boolean, so it is only used to define true and false value. And then string, this variable is defined to add some basic text like hello or any text you can add. This is summary as a string, means you can consider this thing as a string. A string means you can add any of the sentence here in this string if you want to. Then now if we talk about basic data types, that what are basic data types here. So basically the data types specifies the size and type of information the variable will store. That if you want to store any information, so you will be using data types there with a specified variable. So first of all, if we talk about first data type, or you can say first variable which will store a data of the user, so it will be boolean. So boolean is a variable which stores data, so it's called a data type, and it stores true or false values, which I've told you. Then if we talk about char, it is also another type of data type, and it specifies the size of the user, means it stores a single character, letter, number, or ASCII values, and these are the values which we store in it so that we can use it with data types. Then if we talk about integer, so stored it is stored whole numbers without decimals. So you have to add whole numbers without decimals. You can give 2 number values, 3 number values, 4 number values, but just thing is that you don't have to add any decimal in that. If you want to add decimal, so you have to use float or double float to add decimal values in that. Now we will be working it practically, so I'll be doing, next is I'll be just moving on to my Google Chrome here. Then I'll be just logging out with this account, and I'll be logging with my dummy account like we have worked previously on with. So I'll be just selecting continue with Google. Then you have to select your dummy account, or if you're using Replit with your own account, so you can also use your own account if you have purchased it. Then I'll be just moving on to my file, which is user input one, and then I'll be just changing its name because we have done the user input thing. So I'll be giving the name as data type here in C, or you can write like this, data types in C++. Then I'll be just pressing this deploy or REPL, or you can press enter as well. Then after pressing enter, you can see we have created our REPL with the name of data types in C++, and now we'll be seeing that how we can work with this practically, like all these data types, how you can use it. Now what I'm going to do is I'll be removing all these things and simply I'll be creating a data type here, first data type. And if we talk about the first data type which we will be creating, the first data type will be of this init mynum, in which we'll be storing the value of 5. So this is a variable, but in which we are storing a variable, it is called, in which we are storing a value, it is called as data type. So integer is variable, but it is called one type of data type, because a variable in which we store data, it is called a data type. So in my words, if you call init, so integer, it is a data type, means integer is a data type in which we are storing a value here. So what I'm going to do is I'll be simply moving on to my Google Chrome here. And if I just write here init, like init, and then if I move on to here, you can see init mynum. So I'll be also giving the same name as init mynum equal to, and if I store a value here as 10. Now what I'm going to do is I'll be writing count, and I'll be closing it as well, which I have not done here. Then I'll be writing here count mynum like this. Now here if I just save this value and if I run this, so here you will be getting an error. If I just show you, you can just see we are getting an error because we have defined mynum here, but we have not defined the integer. So if I just close like this and if I write here count, then here I'll be writing mynum like this. By mistake I've taking this m too small, and here as well same thing. Now save, and if I reload here, so now you will be not getting any error, and this 10 will be printing on our output. So you can just see now if I run this, so we are getting the 10 as output, means that our init tag is working, this integer is working, means when we are storing any value in this integer, so we are getting the output, which means that this integer is totally working here. Now what I'm going to do is I'll be just moving on to my Word document again, and if we talk about the second variable which we will be using will be bool value. Bool value we are using to store the data of true or false, and if we want to store any data, if it is true or false as well, so we will be using bool value only for that. So now I'll be just writing here bool, then I'll be giving here as the variable name you have to also give. So with bool I'll be giving the variable name as, you can write like num3 or num2 like this, equal to, then in this I'll be writing true. And now here if I write count, and then if I press if I write like this num2, so what it will going to do is it will be printing the true value, but not like this. Like if you want to print this, so obviously you have to write the boolean value here, then it will be printing all these things. So if I just move here and if I copy this boolean here, which is written as true like this, so if I just copy here like this, then if I move on to my browser and if I paste this thing simply here, so you can just see now we are getting a boolean value as true, and obviously we have to define this boolean value as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll be writing count my boolean, then I'll be saving it and run. After running, you can just see we are getting 101, which means that it is true, but now we are not getting any space. So what I'm going to do is I'll be writing endl function here, so write like this endl. Then when you will be writing the same thing and when you will be running, you will be getting an output, this one, which will be moving down. If I press run, so you can see we are now getting this one down, because now we have given the endl function, which means that give one line space. So like this you can use the bool value. But one thing is that when we are using bool value to store a data type, here it is giving me 1, but if I remove this true and in the place of it if I write false and if I run again, so you will be getting a 0 value. I think yes, you're getting a value 0. Then if I just add here like 1 till 10 like this, if I do here, so you will be now getting the values till 1 till 10. You can just see now we are getting the values 1 till 10, so it is like this. So I hope you understand that. Now if I write the value as 8 and then if I run, so you will be getting 1 again, you can just see, which is looking good. So I hope you understand that how we are adding the values here and how we are storing it using data type, and I hope you understand these all things which I've given you in this video, that how you can use data types and how you can store the data in it. Now if I move on to my document here, so it says me that if you want to store any true or false value, you have to use boolean. If you want to store any single character which is letter, number or any other value, you can use this char. And then if you want to store whole number which are without decimals, then you have to use this integer. But remember, you have to use numbers without decimal in it, because it does not prefer to use decimal. If you want to use the values or integers in decimal, then you can use this double float or this only float function if you want to do that. So I hope you understand that how we can just work with data types in C++. These were some basic examples of data types, but in coming up videos I'll be telling you more things about data type. This was just basic because we are starting a new tutorial series, and that is why I'm giving you just a beginning tutorial, that if you want to start with data types, how you can do that. And if you're a beginner, I'll be preferring you to just start working with these examples so you can get more things about data types, or you can learn more things about it, and you will be, when practicing all these examples, then you can move on to the big examples as well of data types, which include variables, data types, user inputs, and all the things which we have learned previously. So I hope you understand this video in which I have given you the tutorial of data types here from start. So if you have understand, enjoy this video, so remember to hit a like, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, a notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. So now I'll be meeting you next project or next tutorial video using these all amazing languages. So for today, goodbye.